Sorry guys, I'm a minute late. Please don't cut my legs off. Please! Don't cut my fingers off, I beg. What's going on, team? Welcome to tonight's isolation session for May 19th, 2025. Gonna give everybody 3 minutes to join and then we'll get started. Hope everyone had a good start of the week. We took one trade earlier today in the Discord. Didn't really want to turn the stream on on YouTube just because I wasn't really looking at anything really. Was taking a look at gold, but same thing we were talking about. I didn't do the Sunday session, so I can't even say that. That's my bad. That's on me. I was just really tired this weekend. Um, and yesterday I was like, yo, I really don't want to do anything, and that's exactly what happened. I ended up staying up pretty late last night. I went to bed like at 1:30ish, and I stayed up purposely so I could look at the charts during Asia session. And the craziest thing, we'll go over that too. I was marking up GCAD, and as soon as I said, you know what, yo, I need to go to bed because I was falling asleep here on the chair. As soon as I went to bed, price ended up doing what we needed to see. I was looking at this in the 5 minute time frame, and GCAD was the only pair, honestly, for this week that I was like, yeah, this looks really good. Um, we got the clean break here. This was the break that happened with this green candle, right? The break that I wanted to see was these highs here. All of these candles were testing, 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 up until we had these pushes here. 1, 2, boom, 3, and it closed above. We had the higher low right on the 50 EMA. We had all of these exhaustion candles. That would have been the entry. This would have been the stop loss, right below the structure, and that's it. Straight to TP, right? TP1 would have been the high of the third week high, and then TP2 obviously would have been STP, and then it was just straight green candles. So we honestly could have held all the way up to STP for the day. So that was honestly the only trade that I really had from yesterday. Outside of that, yeah, I obviously didn't take the trade. I fell asleep before we even got that break. Literally, if I would have just stayed on the charts for an extra 20 minutes, I would have had that trade on the bag, but it's all good. It happens. The trades that we took this morning, the only thing that I took was gold, and it was a very aggressive trade. Again, we'll go over that first just to get it out of the way. Um, One thing that I had realized, right? Honestly, obviously, we are in a zone of consolidation, right? Where we could see, okay, price just going up and down here, up and down, up and down, right? We had a triple top, which a lot of people were taking these shorts just based off those triple tops. Um, and then if we go down to the 1 minute, right, 5 minute, 1 minute time frame, we had the change of character. We had a nice BOS. We had a gap on the 1 minute time frame. We had the retest, which was given here, right? This was the retest of the 1 minute gap, and then went straight into profit. But then price reversed and it came back, closed out once I saw price was gonna come back. So was nothing crazy. It wasn't really a good trade. No STP was hit. STP wasn't even hit today with gold. But again, it's a Monday. We already know that that's the common theme for Mondays and Fridays, that some pairs might not even give you STP for the day. So is nothing out of the ordinary. Outside of those two pairs, there is really nothing else. We'll go over that real quick. Give me a second. Yeah, guys, you have no clue. I'm so excited to move. I'll be moving on Thursday. So I'm not sure what my schedule. I don't know what my schedule looks like for Thursday, Friday. I know for sure. I don't know what time I'm leaving here Thursday. I don't know if I'm leaving here like in the evening or if I'm leaving in the morning after this trading session. I'm not sure. But there's a possibility that Thursday I might not do the isolation session. If I do it, I'll probably have to just do it earlier, like at 5 p.m. Again, I don't know what time I'm leaving, so I'm not gonna give you guys a timeline for that. But everything at the new house is already set up, my internet, everything. I have to rebuy, I have to buy everything for my room, mattress, whole bunch of shit. I'm not taking nothing from here, so I'll be pretty much kind of busy the first couple weeks there, but that's okay. What's good, Albert? What was your stream, my brother? I'll give everybody another minute and a half. We'll start at 08 with 30 seconds. Give everybody another minute. Give everybody a chance to join. Today's Monday, right? I don't know why. I keep thinking today's Tuesday. Yo, where's Mike at, man? Yeah, Albert moving again. Yeah, my brother. Yeah, I still haven't done my move. Remember, I did my parents' move, helped them with their move, and then now I'm moving. I was supposed to leave in the beginning of this month, but I changed it to this week, so I'll be going on Thursday. But yeah, man, this is a common theme for trading. You know, I had that question this morning on one of my one-on-one sessions. Like, hey, man, what happened to everybody? I'm like, I don't know, man. This is might be a good one to look at right here. 1, 2, 3, engulfing candle. Only thing I don't like, obviously, is that this is a very early trade. I hate taking trades this early. But this could be a good one for AU. What is it? 7 pips? Not even. Wow, 4 fucking pips. And then alerts don't even work anymore with the free plan, so I can't even set an alert. Right? Yeah, I can't even use an alert. It's crazy. But yeah, the question was, what happened to everybody? Like, I don't know, man. I haven't heard of Mike. Um, Kendall's back home for a little bit. He doesn't have his setup, so but I know he's looking at his charts. I know that for a fact. Um, and everybody else, I don't know, man. But again, that's usually, if you guys go back to when we first started doing the live streams here on YouTube, this is usually the time. The first couple months is popping, right? The first 2, 3, 4, 5 months of the year, everybody's here, and then that's it. As soon as the 6 months come in, half the year is finished, then everybody's going back to what their usual self is, man. Again, it's very easy to feel motivated, right? You wake up, you feel motivated, like, yo, I'm gonna do this. You motivate yourself, you clean the room, you wash your car, you clean the bathroom, do the dishes, clean your clothes. And then after you finish doing that one day, that's it. You'll never do this shit again. Again, I always say this and I'll continue to say this because I know that what I say is gonna hit somebody close to home, right? If you're doing something just based off of motivation and you have no discipline, you're not gonna get far. It's just how it is. If you think motivation is what's gonna get you to your end goal, again, whatever your end goal may be, you're gonna have a very rude awakening. Motivation is something that you have for a moment, right? Motivation is something you might have for a day or two, maybe a week or two, maybe a month, right? But at the end of the day, when you wake up and you're no longer motivated, it's about the discipline. Do you have the discipline to do what you got to do? And a lot of people don't. And trading will really show you that. Trading will really show you the difference between motivation and discipline. Changing career is the most challenging part. Absolutely, I agree. But you know, for me, it's a little bit, it's a different story, right? Because I started this when I was a lot, younger. Um, I don't have a family to take care of. You know, I could take a lot more risks. You know, obviously I don't know your personal story, so I don't know what situation you're in, right? But you know, the regular people, right? Just regular everyday people. Just everybody's pretty much the same. You know, you got kids, you work, you got bills to pay, you got a house, you got your rent that you got to pay, your internet, light bill, etc., etc. You can't do what I did when I was 18, 19, 20 years old, which is just say fuck everything and everyone, and I'm just gonna do what I'm gonna do. Um, but there's everybody's so loud here, bro. I'm telling you, I can't wait to fucking get out of here, man. Um, I can't even think. Um, so I know it's difficult, to have that hump, right? It's all about getting over that hump. And the best advice I could give you, and the best thing I could tell you is, again, everything you're learning now, you know, if you need a trade Asia session or if you need a trade London session, to be able to also go to work and do what you gotta do and take care of what you gotta take care of on a day-to-day basis, then I would say you have to sacrifice a couple hours of sleep. You're already sacrificing a couple hours of sleep staying up for these sessions, right? It's 7 p.m. for me. What is it, like 2, 3 a.m. for you? So you're already on step number one, right? Step number one was actually just learning. Step number two was applying it, and you've learned it, right? You're continuing to learn it, you're applying it, right? And you continue to do it every single day. So you're already on pace to do what a lot of other people can't do, which is be a trader, right? So remember what I've always said, right? This isn't something that you're gonna get in a month or two. This isn't something it might take you a year, right? Again, you go on social media and you go look at people like Drew Wise Banks, right? He just recently uploaded a video. Yo, I'm gonna lose it. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. I can't. I'm back. Um, so if you go like on Drew Wise's Drewy, whatever the fuck his name is, the dude that trades GJ on Instagram. You go on his page and he recently just said something like, if you haven't been profitable and you've been trading for 3 years, then that's diabolical. Like, again, the reason I don't go on social media is because all these people have something to sell, right? All these people need to make you feel like you're doing something wrong, right? You got to think of it as a business. At the end of the day, right? You can't sell a product, you can't sell a service if there's no problem, right? You can't have a solution if there's no problem, right? So here they come, these fake trading gurus, right? And the problem that they create is what he just said. Oh, you haven't been profitable? You've been trading for 3 years? Come learn with me. I have the solution, right? So that's the reason number one why I stay away from social media, because you're going to get yourself sick. You have to get the fuck off of social media. You will get sick. You will be sick. And I mean that literally. Like, seeing all these things on social media makes you makes you believe that your life isn't real. It makes you really believe that because this one person did it in 2 days that you could do it in 2 hours. Like, and it's just not the reality, right? Again, I don't know a doctor that got his license and his certificates from just opening a book and being a doctor in 2 seconds. I don't know a lawyer that got his that passed the bar and got his licenses after just 1 year of doing law school, right? I don't know anybody who went to school to go get a bachelor's who got their bachelor's in 3 weeks, right? That's the minimum. I don't know anybody who went to college just to get their associate's degree and get it after 2 hours of being in a class, right? Associate's degrees, which is the minimum. Hold on, guys. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear what's going on outside, but again, bro, I just can't wait to get the fuck up out of here. So anyway, just to move on, so I could fucking get this over with already. Um, trading, trading is going to take X amount of time, right? Again, yo, I can't do this. Hold on. Yo, I'm sorry, guys. Give me a second. I told everybody to shut the fuck up. Sorry about that. I just decided to come on YouTube when you're live or have some research to do. Yeah, exactly, man. Like, again, everybody on social media is gonna make you feel like you gotta do this in 2 years, and if you're not successful in 2 years, you're a bum and you're gonna be homeless and you're not gonna do nothing with your life. That is not true, man. Social media is gonna burn your fucking brain cells. That's number one, right? And I've been saying this since day one that we've been on YouTube. There's no trader online. Realistically speaking, 99% of these traders online are not trading capital. They're not real traders. They're not profitable. Just think about that. So all the information that you're seeing online of trading is not real. Again, we have the stats. 90% of traders fail. So why is it that when we go on social media, all the traders we see are fucking successful? Make that make sense. If 90% of traders fail, how is it that you go to Reddit, you go on Instagram, you go on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and you go to the comments section and everybody is a fucking successful trader? Just think about that, right? A lot of these people use social media to create a fake persona to make themselves feel good about themselves. And that's just facts. So I'm not gonna say more about that. Again, we'll talk about that conversation when the time comes up again. But yo, just focus on you, bro. Focus on you. Focus on your path. Again, if I gave you $10,000 right now, would it be life changing? Yes, of course. For anybody put in a situation where you don't have $10,000, it is going to be not life changing, because what you're gonna use that $10,000 for is just to pay your debt, pay off what you need to pay off, and that's it. You're gonna use that 10K, and that 10K might last you 2 months. So the reality is that with what you have right now, right? You have to stop thinking about the future. You gotta stop thinking about the what if. You gotta think about right now. You have to really put yourself in a situation where you're like, yo, you know what? I don't like what I'm doing right now, but I'm going to continue to do what I have to do now, and then I'll give myself that opportunity in the future to get myself out of this situation. If you have any other mindset or think of it any other way, you're not going to get out of it. Because again, it's cool that everybody wants to rush the process of being a successful trader. But the reality is that everybody's just chasing one payout. You're not going to do anything with one payout. You're not. You're going to do a lot of things with 10 payouts, 20 payouts, 30 payouts, a payout every other week, every week, whatever your firm you work with, or if you open up a real broker account, right? You're going to make a difference in your trading once you start thinking of this as a career and thinking like, okay, well, in my job, I get paid every 2 weeks on Friday. I just got to do that same thing with trading. And a lot of people don't have that mentality. A lot of people are just chasing one payout. And again, a lot of these people aren't even chasing the payout to have the money. They're chasing the payout so they could go on social media and tell everybody, guys, look what I did. Like if we're little girls. Like, you guys care so much about what people online have to think about you? Hello? Like, 90% of the people that are online are guys. You give a fuck about what another guy, that's a little fruity, if you ask me. That's a little, I'm just gonna say how it is, a little gay. You give a fuck about what other men online think about you? Like, are you fucking serious? So, yo, let's toughen up a little bit. No, not that nothing's wrong with that. Let me take a step back, 'cause I don't want to get fucking canceled here. Nothing's wrong. If you're a little fruity, it is what it is. You know, you like what you like. But at the end of the day, on a serious note, it doesn't make any sense, right? Again, we're not here to fucking feel good about other people. Like we gotta really get out of that mindset of wanting to do shit to get other people to like us. Like, shit makes zero sense to me, right? So, again, bro, just you over there laughing, bro. It's just I have to say how it is, bro. I'm a straight up guy. It is what it is. Like, you know, um, if people think I mean in a demeaning way, then it is what it is. But it's something that again, like, yo, you have your journey. You know, you're already in the process of your journey. It's up to you to make that reality. That's all it is. All it takes is one trade. All it takes is one good trade for you to be like, yo, you know what? This is what I'm going to be looking for. And every time you see that setup, you take it, right? There's going to be a day, right? There's going to be that time that you have a 100K account and you'll be making nothing less than $1,000 per trade. That day will come. And you could do that with a 10K account. You could do that with a 25K account. You could do that with a 50K account. I'm just using 100K just as an example, just because it's easier. Because a lot of people want to get that 100K account, because I look so cool with a 100K certification from a fucking fake prop firm that's gonna scam me in 6 months, right? So I just gave you the 100K example just so we're on the even playing field, so you can see what I'm talking about, right? But at the end of the day, again, it's doable. But there's no point in rushing the process if you're just gonna get one payout and then lose the account. There's no point in running to rush the process when you're gonna pass phase one but then fail phase two, or pass the challenge phases and then not get a payout because you lost the account as soon as you got the account, right? So stay disciplined. Fuck motivation. I don't believe in motivation. Stay disciplined. Do what you gotta do day in and day out, and that's it, yo. The time will come. The time will come. Again, just continue to do what you're doing. And I'm saying this in regards of trading, but I'm also saying it in regards to your real life situation that you have going on right now. Because again, that's all it is. Like, again, I quit my job when I first started trading when I had 2 months, 3 months of rent saved up in my bank account. That's when I quit. That's it. So all you gotta do in trading is save up 3 months of expenses to then be like, yo, you know what? I'm done working. I'm gonna just do trading now. But you have to show yourself that is a reality to do that. You have to show yourself with your stats, with your journal, that hey, this is something that I could really do. Because there's no point in quitting your job that you already have that's giving you the money that you need to then not do anything with trading. There's no point in doing that. So, I gave everybody a few. We've been talking for 20 minutes here, yo. So we've been, I gave everybody a good amount of time to join. So if you guys missed the session, if you guys come and watch the recording, again, I apologize for my comment earlier, but no, I don't. I really don't apologize. If you feel some type of way, sorry, man. You're crashing out. It's another engulfing candle here. So let's get started. So again, I'm not really gonna go over the daily time frame. I'm not gonna go over the 4 hour, unless we need to. We'll talk about where we're at overall. What I'm looking for is really continuations. Again, same thing as last week, same thing as the week before. We're not really seeing anything different. We're pretty much stuck in zones of consolidation where we could see price rejecting highs and rejecting lows. For the example of AU, well, before we get started, any questions? Albert, any questions? Anybody else who's watching, any questions? Let me know. Give you 10, 15 seconds here till 27 mark. Let me know in the chat any questions, anything at all. No, no question. All right. So AU, we know we're in A2. I'm sorry, we're in level 3 in a downtrend, right? We were in A2, which is the second zone of consolidation. We had the break, right? Again, which is the lower low, and now we're looking for a lower high, right? Again, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Price pushed up, and now we're just looking for price to give us a lower high, right? Internally, we can still see that price is giving us higher highs and higher lows, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, and we're stuck in the zone of consolidation, right? This zone of consolidation also gave us a little shoulder, head, shoulder, where price failed to break the highs, right? It induced the highs and then started going right back down. Gave us 2 weeks of drop. So then the question for us this week is, are we expecting price to give us another weekly drop? And again, we're stuck in a very awkward situation because higher time frame is still uptrending, right? 4 hours still uptrending. The daily time frame we could still see price from a lower low going into a lower high, right? And then again in the 30-minute we could just see that we're in the middle of the zone. And this is where the market makers are going to trap traders. So at this point, you can see how the markets are trapping traders, right? It gave you a 30-minute engulfing candle here at the bottom. It gave you a 15-minute engulfing candle here at the top, right? So which one is the market makers going to use, right? Are they going to use the one at the bottom, which is the first one? Are they going to use the one at the top, right, to stop out these traders here getting into the trade super early in the sessions, right? So we could see exactly how the market makers are just trapping traders. It's very important to keep an eye on that, right? Because again, if we were just trading engulfing candles every time we see it, we would have been in this trade already, right? And again, even though the position isn't bad because we'll be having a 4 pip stop loss, and our TP is gonna be, 53 pips. Who wouldn't want to catch a 53 pip trade with a 3 pip stop loss? I'm pretty sure everybody would love to do that, right? So I'll be looking for the confirmations, right? What I do like about this right now is that we don't have a break of structure to the top side yet. We just have the inducement, the change of character. But we can see how price is rejecting lows already. At one point internally, price was giving us lower lows and lower highs until here. Gave us a lower low and then price went up and gave us a higher high. So we're not really in a good position right now to take these trades. Because internally, this could be a flag post pattern. We're trading between this low and this high, right? And all price has to do is just give us a consolidation between 23.6 and 38.2 to then continue that push back to the top side. And again, why would price push to the top side? Is to continue the trend, which is the pullback from lower low going into a lower high. So AU right now looks decent, right? It looks decent. I'm not going to sit here and say this still looks bad. I'm not going to be looking for a trade. Nah. Right now where we're at in the middle of the zone of consolidation, no, you're right. I'm not looking for a trade here. But as soon as we start getting continuations, if we have 2 days of drop, if somehow we could get price, if Tuesday, Wednesday gives us another break of the high, and then somehow we could start making lower lows and lower highs going in from Wednesday to Thursday to Friday, then we'll start looking to take those trades. But right now I'm just going to take a step back. Right, I don't have enough information. There's not enough data. We don't have market structure that's really showing us where price wants to go. Right, it's just trapping traders. That's all the market is doing right now. And is again the same exact example for every single pair. Right, and this is why I'm not even gonna take the time to go over the daily and the 4. Like, we're gonna say the same thing we've been saying since last week. Take a sip of water. I'm gonna be saying the same thing I've been talking about um since the start of April pretty much. We've been talking about the same thing since the start of April, right? Same thing with EA, right? EA, we don't have a break of structure. All we have was a change of character. So yeah, price gave us that 4th day high that we were looking for, but we were looking for price to fill the gap, right? And price didn't give us STP to the top side. It gave us STP to the bottom side, which is also something I was very shocked about. I was like, wow, it missed STP by 10 pips. So we saw the inverse shoulder head shoulder, gave us the break, gave us a retest to continue, but price never hit STP. It reversed on us at the end of London going into the NYC session and then just went straight right back down to the bottom. Right, so again, a lot of these pairs, guys, I'm in no rush. Right? When I tell you guys I'm in no rush to trade, no rush at all. Right, that engulfing candle, again, invalid engulfing candle to begin with because we never had a clean break of these highs. If price would have given us a valid break and then this pullback, we would have taken that trade from the bottom to go back to the top side. So again, right now, all I'm gonna do with these pairs is just look for continuations on the 30-minute. You know, we'll talk about it in the higher time frames if we need to, but right now we're just gonna have to deal with what we have. And right now we're just stuck in the zone of consolidation, so we'll just be waiting this out. For ECAD, price gave us another push to the top side, gave us a change of character, right? So we know we're trading lower low, lower high, lower low. Then price went up and gave us a change of character, higher high. Right, and we have a day of rise. So we'll be looking for a valid break, and we still have that gap at the bottom of the market. So can't be looking for higher highs and higher lows before we fill that gap. Once we fill that gap, that's when I'll start looking for that uptrend push. So gonna be patient once again with ECAD. Nothing really to talk about, right? EU, same thing, right? We were in the zone of consolidation. We had the inducement of the low. We had another push to the top side. Didn't give us a valid break. It just gave us another inducement, as you can see. We'll draw out the square. Right there. I don't know why it's not working. Boom. Right, never gave us a valid break. All these candles are still testing. Nothing closed above here. And we still got that gap at the bottom of the market. So EU is another one. I'm just going to take a step back, guys. And on top of everything else too, what are we still doing? Lower low, lower high, lower low. Sorry about that. I was sending a text message. GA, again, 30-minute. What are we doing? Lower low, lower high, lower low. Just moving counter trend. Right, and I think I should have stated with that too, right? For the people who don't really know market makers pattern, right? So we'll definitely. Oh man, what did I do? Okay, there you go. Right, we know GA. We're in level 3. We're in an uptrend. So again, I don't trade going counter trend. Right, we have no continuations on the 4-hour time frame. We still are in the uptrend. Higher high, higher low, higher high. But once again, 30-minute. What are we doing? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Right. Still downtrending. So can't be looking for uptrend pushes if price is still giving us downtrend pushes. It doesn't work that way. Right? We had 3 days of rise no net. We were looking for a 4th day push. We got that 4th day high, and then price came down and gave us a day of drop. So once again, at this moment, the fact that price came up, rejected the highs, gave us an inducement of the high, then went right back down to the bottom, not gonna trade it. Right? And when we're looking at it, what does this look in the internal time frame? It's just another zone of consolidation where price is rejecting lows and rejecting highs the entire time. So GA is another pair that right now, not really going to be looking for anything. Just going to take a step back, going to wait it out. And we'll see if there's another trade that looks picture perfect. That's all we could wait for. That's all we could do as traders. GCAD, we're in level 3 in an uptrend. No continuations on the daily time frame, but we're still trading higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, looking to see if price wants to give us another higher high. On the 4-hour time frame, we had 2 weeks of rise, looking for price to give us a new weekly high this week, and that's exactly what price did. As soon as the market opened, gave us a beautiful entry at around 1:30 in the morning to just continue that push to the top side. Price gave us a change of character. It gave us a break of structure. What more could we ask for? Right, beautiful. So GCAD is going to be one pair that I'm going to keep an eye on. GCAD is definitely one of those pairs that I'm going to keep an eye on. We have a day of rise. We have a break of structure after the change of character. Can't ask for more than that. Right, it's beautiful. So right now what I'll be looking for is just for another pullback. If we could get price to give us a pullback, or if we could get an engulfing candle somewhere on this pair, then we'll start looking to take those trades. But right now we don't have any engulfing candles, we don't have any continuations on the lower time frame, right? We have 2 days of rise looking for a third day. Right, this would have been a great engulfing candle on the 1 hour, but nothing. Right, nothing on the 15 either. 5 minute, nothing on the 5 minute either. So just gonna wait it out. We had higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. Right, and then price gave us lower high. And we're just still trading between this low and this high. So gonna wait it out, but it looks good. Right, GCAD is that one pair that looks pretty good. GJ, we had this gap obviously at the start of the market. We went up, filled it, gave us a day of rise. This is still a pair that right now on the 30-minute time frame we're still making. At this point we had higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price came down and gave us a lower low all the way down to the bottom. I was inclined to say that this is lower low, lower high, lower low, and then higher high, but I'm gonna wait it out. Again, GJ is a pair that I haven't really been trading these last couple weeks, well, last couple months. We're stuck in the middle of the zone of consolidation. We're in a pretty awkward situation here. We're still uptrending, but we've been stuck in the zone of consolidation for how long, right? Since September of 2024, we've just been pretty much trapping traders the entire time. So no continuations on the 4-hour time frame, right? Internally, we could still see that price was giving us higher highs and higher lows up until this point, right? Once price started downtrending. So again, just gonna wait it out. There's really nothing to kind of talk about here. We're on the 800 EMA, so it's just really about keeping it very simple. Like, we're either going to see price break these highs or we're going to see price break these lows. And right now, where are we? We're in the middle of that. So just going to take it slow with GJ. I don't really have anything to talk about with GJ, nothing to really add. GU, daily time frame. Again, we know that GU isn't an overall uptrend. We were in the first zone of consolidation in an uptrend. We ended up, let me delete this here, right? We ended up giving us the break of structure of the zone of consolidation. We had the retest, higher low, and now we're looking for that higher high, right? We know that right now, price is sitting at the higher high. We have 3 months of rise, so this month I'm not expecting price to give me another push to the top side. On the 4-hour time frame, what is price doing? We're stuck in a zone of consolidation. We're just moving sideways, and we've been moving sideways since April, right? So for a whole month now, this is April 17th. For a whole month, we've just been moving sideways, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, and back to the highs, right? And then on the 30-minute time frame, 30-minute time frame looks good. We had the change of character, we have the break of structure, but what don't we have yet? We don't have the BOS, we don't have the break of the zone of consolidation. So what are we going to trade? Right, we don't have anything yet. Price is still in the zone of consolidation. We don't have anything really to trade here. So we got to be patient with this, right? Yes, the question is, oh, but we had the change and we had the break of structure. Isn't that what you're looking for? Yes, right? But if I tell you that there's a double bottom in the market, but price is downtrending, are you going to take that double bottom, or are you going to wait for the market structure to turn around to then take the double bottom when price is giving you higher highs and higher lows? Right? The correct answer should be you're not going to take the double bottom until market structure is giving you higher highs and higher lows. Right? So it's the same thing with structure. You can't take a change of character break of structure going into an uptrend if we're not trending yet. We're not trending. Right? And we can see that price is not trending here. We're moving sideways. There is no trend to this market. Right? There is no trend, because if you were trading downtrend, right? Why didn't this change of character break of structure work? Right? Because you never had a break of the lows. You had the inducement of the lows, and then price came back up and hit your stop loss. So again, it's very important to keep an eye on market structure. Again, it's very easy to get trapped into believing that this is what you're seeing when all you're looking at is a 30-minute time frame. You have to put the pieces of the puzzle together. Every single time frame work together. If the higher time frame is downtrend and the lower time frame is uptrending, right? If they're not doing the same thing, I'm not taking the trade. I need to see the daily uptrend. I need to see the 4-hour uptrend. I need to see the 30-minute uptrend. If the daily is uptrending and the 4 hour is downtrending and the 30-minute is moving sideways, what am I going to trade? Right? What we should do is do what those TikTok people do now. They ask a chicken what they want to do. They put seeds on 2 buttons, and that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do over there at the new house this week. I'll buy a chicken. I'll buy a button, red and green button. I'll put a seed on each button, and then whatever button whatever button the chicken goes to first, that's what we're gonna do on trades like this. Buy or sell. The chicken will tell us what it wants to do. Or we'll ask Siri, hey Siri, do we do plan A or plan B? Plan A is buy, plan B is sell. And we'll let Siri choose what we want to do. Right? So GU is also another one. Right now I don't have anything to talk about on it. We gotta wait to see price give us that break. I'm not gonna be trading US30, so I'm not even gonna. I'm not really gonna talk about. I'm not gonna talk about US30, man. I'm just gonna skip this one. We'll go ahead and update it. We'll keep this updated. We're still making higher highs and higher lows, which is good. Where are these 30-minute lows at? Right, I like the fact that we have the change of character, higher high, and then we have the break of structure, higher high, and then not only that, but we're also at the highs of the daily highs and the 4-hour highs as well. So at this moment, I'm not really going to be trading US30. We'll let this one do what it got to do. But I won't be trading US30. USDCAD. Again, guys, any questions, just let me know, man. I know that these last couple sessions have been kind of boring. Hasn't really seen anything. But again, you guys see it at the end of the market. You guys see exactly what it is that we talk about every single day. Right? You guys see that everything that I've been talking about, everything that I've been preaching to you guys for the last couple months, it's like, holy shit. Everything happens. Everything. So, not a coincidence. Right, so USDCAD, we know that we have that 3rd week high. So could we be expecting price to give us that 3rd week high this week? It's definitely possible, right? But USDCAD is the same situation as the other ones. We've been in the zone of consolidation since the beginning of May. Price is just moving sideways. We know that we have this 4-hour engulfing candle here at the lows. We have the retest of the 4-hour engulfing, gave us an exhaustion candle, right? And that candle that gave us the retest, I don't remember. That was today. Oh, wow. It gave us a nice 30-minute engulfing at the end of the session today, too. Gave us a retest. Oh, no, it missed the retest by a few pips. Let's see if we could get that retest. That would actually be pretty good. If we could get price to come back into this engulfing candle, we'll be looking for an entry somewhere here to continue that push to the top side. That'd be pretty nice if we could get that. So definitely going to keep an eye on USDCAD. Again, the only bad thing with USDCAD is the same thing that we've been talking about with what was the other pair that looked exactly like this? We're in a zone of consolidation. I already forgot. EA is the only thing. Right? We're stuck in a zone of consolidation and we're in the middle of the zone of consolidation. Where again we could see that price has been rejecting highs and rejecting lows the entire time. So again, just gotta be patient, man. There's really nothing else we could do about this. It's just, it is what it is. It's one of those trading times where there's nothing we could do but be patient. That will be gambling, bro. Exactly. Right. So I would rather take trades that I'm 100% certain of rather than just take some bullshit trades. You know, just to say, oh, I finally traded. Right. Very similar to today's trade with gold. Right. And I said that today in the Discord. I don't think you were in there. Or actually, yeah, you were in there. I think I'm bugging. You were in there. Yeah, you did join up at the end of it. You know, I didn't say nothing about that gold trade because I'm not gonna give you guys a bullshit signal. Not even a signal, but I'm not gonna give you guys a bullshit call. Like, hey, I'm looking at this. Like, there's no, you know, that's not what we're here for. There is nothing to talk about, so I'm not going to. You know, if it's not high probability, there's no point. And again, the reason being is, you know, I'm not gonna confuse people who are just starting to trade, being like, oh, this is why you should take this, when I know you shouldn't be even looking at a pair like that. Right, there's no point. So USD ZAR, nothing on my list here. gold, right? Same thing we were just talking about. Price is just still in the middle of the zone here. So still got that gap at the bottom. I have nothing to say about gold, and that's pretty much it, guys. Bitcoin and oil, you guys know that I'm not really, Bitcoin I can't even update yet till 8 p.m. So I'm not gonna update that till the morning. And then oil gave us a day of no net. So that's pretty much it, guys. I know these last couple of weeks have been pretty boring when it comes to our sessions, but I wish it isn't. I wish it hasn't been like this, but again, it is part of trading. This is the reality of trading. Can't really do anything about it. It's just some days you gotta. It's good to go through this in the early stages of trading, because in that way, next year, the year after, especially the years when you're profitable, you already know, like, okay, this time around, this is when this is gonna happen. Things are gonna happen. We just gotta go through it. Preserve your capital, and live to see another day, man. That's all we could do. So, any questions, Albert? Any questions at all, man? Anything that you haven't really been understanding, or anything that you want me to talk about, anything you want me to explain, anything you want me to go over? This is your time, Albert. Nobody else is in here, so this is pretty much your one-on-one session here. Anything at all, my brother? Anything that you want to talk about real quick? Again, I know there hasn't really been a lot going on, but if you do have a question, again, feel free, man. The floor is yours. Any questions at all from anybody else? Doesn't only have to be Albert. And again, for the people who are going to be watching the recording of this, obviously, if you guys have any questions, anything you guys want me to talk about, feel free to message me. You can message me anywhere you feel the most comfortable. Message me on, Discord, X, Instagram, wherever you guys want to message me. You guys could always message me, ask any questions you'd like, and I'd get back to you as soon as possible. In case price misses the 50 EMA but keeps bouncing off the 800 EMA, would you consider taking that trade? Yes, because the only time I would consider that would be on the 800 EMA, right? Because we know that the 800 EMA price is gonna respect the 800, right? Price usually always respects the 800 EMA. So I treat the 800 EMA the same way I would treat the 50 when it comes to getting price to bounce off the 800 EMA. Is the same way that I would look for price to bounce off the 50 EMA if we were in level 1 or in level 3, right? Or vice versa, even if it's the 200. Like, if price isn't bouncing off in level 2, if price isn't bouncing off the 200 but is bouncing off the 800, I'll be looking for that trade off the 800, right? Because again, we know that price is going to bounce off the 800 because price needs to respect the 800. But like, is there an example, like what trade you were looking at? Is there a specific pair, just so we could go over that real quick on how it looks on a different pair? But like, even on gold here, for example, like, even though I want to see price bounce off the 50 EMA, right? Let's give an example. We're going short, right? If the 800 EMA, let's just put in an example and I'll draw it out. Let's say the 800 EMA was somewhere like this instead of it being up here, right? I would be looking to take the bounce off the 800 EMA if price was giving us that retest. So the short answer to that question is yes. I do use the 800 EMA as another entry criteria when price bounces off the 800. And then real quick too, yesterday we had our watch list. So like, we're looking for, and let's see again for what we have now on our list. I don't have anything on my watch list for tomorrow. We're just gonna have to wake up tomorrow and see what happens. But AU, we were looking for price to give us a third week low. We still haven't gotten that third week low just yet. We have these engulfing candles, but again, we know that now we're in the middle of the zone of consolidation. So just gonna take it easy with AU right now. There's really nothing else we could talk about. EA, we were looking for price to give us a 4th-day high, and price did do that, and then it reversed on us, went right back down to the bottom. As soon as it gave us that new high, price melted right back down to the bottom. So we still have that gap at the top of the market, but price never gave us a valid break. It gave us an inducement of the highs and went right back down. And we're also stuck in a zone of consolidation now in the 30-minute time frame. So EA right now just got to take a step back on that again. There's nothing else we could do. GA, we're looking for the same thing, that 4th-day high. As soon as price reached Friday's high, right, that 4th-day push, it went right back down to the bottom. Same thing as GCAD. I'm sorry, as GA. Oh, that was GA that I'm looking at. Am I tweaking, bro? Hold on. Right, I'm sorry. EA. Right, GCAD did the same thing as GCAD did the same thing as EA. Right, but GA is the same shit as all these other pairs. So those three pairs did the exact same thing, right? GA, GCAD, and EA did all the same thing. And then USDCAD is another one. We're looking for price to give us a new weekly high, which we're still looking at that. But again, same thing. Where are we? We're stuck in the zone of consolidation. So we have that 30-minute gap here at the bottom. I will be looking for price to give me a pullback, and then this is where I'd like to see price push back to the top side. So we'll see if price wants to end up doing that for us. Thank you. No problem, Albert. No problem at all, my brother. That's pretty much it, guys. Again, any questions, feel free to message me. I'll link the Discord in the chat. Again, I know these last couple days our sessions have been pretty quick. Hasn't really been too much, but we'll keep doing the same thing we've been doing for the last X amount of sessions, guys. We'll turn the stream on tomorrow morning. We'll talk about what we gotta do. We'll look for any trades. If there's a trade, we take it. If there's no trades, then we come back and we do the same thing the next day, man. So hope you guys have a good rest of your night. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Peace out.